welcome back, everybody. I am still ruler of men, still have Salty on the cams, but we have a new addition. Somebody you guys have not heard of for the entire season. Got Ben Dizzle here on the cast. Excited to have you here. How are we doing?
I am doing just peachy. A little salty after the previous game of Bodega Boys, even though they didn't draft me. I got yoinked. But a great three-game set that we just watched. But unfortunately, the second place curse has fallen. But we are here now for the Kaldr's Good Boys versus the Mystic Sea Serpents to see who's going to face the Death Dealers.
Yeah, exciting to be in this nice semifinals predicament here. Got some interesting bands coming out, Charon, something that you don't necessarily see banned out every game now after his nerf, a little bit less damage, doesn't function quite as well in the mid lane. Still a decent support, but definitely not that top pick, top ban priority, at least in my eyes anymore. And Vamana also getting forced out there. Osiris following. Definitely not liking these auto attacking warriors.
Oh no, not at all. Not with the new item, the Equinox. I mean, you can hit them from the front, you can hit them from the back. You're gonna do a little bit of something no matter where you're hitting them. And we saw in that previous set that we just spectated that that item is a little bit busted as we see a couple more bands that are along coming through.
Yep. Gonna ban all four warriors that abuse Equinox. Nobody gets to have fun with the new item. I get it. Nah, it is just a very strong item. Like you said, does something no matter what you're doing. Oh yeah, I'm auto attacking the wave. I'm getting health. I'm hitting people for extra damage from behind. A lot going on. Very cheap item does quite a bit for you. So definitely love to see that people are already picking the item up, already experimenting with it, and already deciding that it needs to be, banned away.
Then we see the Odin coming out for our last one. So we've got six tank bands here, but that is going to leave Wukong open. Pretty simple warrior, but the way the position is right now in the so-called meta, he's still really, really strong. Can do a lot of disruption, a lot of damage early game. It's not uncommon to see the Wukong jump out to a fast lead, no matter who he's going against. But six warrior band or six tank bands rather, and then two top pick warriors. So both of these teams are prioritizing the tankiness.
Yeah, definitely, going to be able to hopefully sneak away that last, Equinox user in that Amaterasu. Certainly hovering it for now. Think that, it definitely makes her a little bit better. Haven't seen her in the meta for a little bit. Saw her for just a minute as a niche Vamana counter, being able to apply that passive on him, make him take a little extra damage, but do see it locked in there, as well as a Medusa. Did see a Medusa in the last set. Can get a lot done with that Petrify, can get a little bit of pressure in that lane, so not a bad pick, but not necessarily what I was expecting for an early ADC pick.
Same. I mean, Medusa, great ability warrior, auto attack based, still viable. That ult is huge in team fights because pretty much every team fight, people are looking at you. So you're gonna turn somebody to stone. If whether it be that or the Ama, one of them's gonna either pull beads or stun everybody for the damage to get off. And then we see the Cuckoo being hovered over here. Switching over to Sobek, and they're going to lock in that Sobek. Sobek is in a great spot right now, especially paired with an Amusin cab. Those bees and stuff are going to slow down everybody, make the plucks a little bit easier. As long as you hit them, somebody should at least get half health, if not 100 to 0 late game if you're hitting your plucks correctly. So we'll see what Mystic Sea Serpents, who has been known to do some wonky picks and different roles for their picks, what they're going to go. And they're going to go with the Kuzenbo here to try and counter that Sobek support. If it is support, we've seen the Wukong in other games go elsewhere. We've seen the Sobek go elsewhere. So we'll see how it plays out as these other bands are coming through with the Bastet and Daji now.
Yeah, a little interesting on the bench, some gods that we haven't seen too much of, obviously. Rounding it off with the Thana. Nobody wants to play against the Thana. I mean, he gets one or two kills in the early game, he snowballs. If not, he hangs back. The scythe still does 10% of your health, doesn't matter. If he's 10 levels down, he's still going to do 10% of your health and he's still going to be able to execute you. So, always has value even in that late game. So, glad to see him taken care of. And back to this Sobek pick. I as a support player, Sobek's like one of my top five for sure. Just so much you can get done into a Medusa.
There-
You hit that pluck, you block the lacerate, and she's just dead.
yeah, there's so much you can do with the Sobek, and you also have pretty much a get out of jail free card if you mess up and miss that pluck. I mean, you just all go under the ground, go under the water, whatever you want to call it, kind of get on out of there. But even if you miss it, you've got your healing ability, you've got your disrupt, your tail whip's going to send people flying. You're going to be doing stuff, but the prioritized ability is that pluck. You hit that, people usually die. As you see a rat getting picked up by the sea serpents, a little bit of semi-global jungle presence, and we are going to be hovering in an Arachne and Charybdis. But both teams going the same route. The first wave of bans, they all ban tanks. The second wave, they all ban assassins or jungle picks rather. Um, Noted that Noxus, according to the roster, is playing carry. I know he popped off, I believe, as the Thanatos in the previous game. Kind of made it ugly for the Kappas. But then we're going to switch over to an X Ball cherry. So right now they've got 100 picked and 200s hovered. So we'll
The
see
the
how this
Charybdis
pans
is
out.
is just a troll because we kept saying Jacob Frostsoap lost the Cyberpunk Goddess Walker's team
Uh,
only lost because he lost Charybdis both games. So that's
that
just a
could be
little
it.
little nod back. Gotta give us some trauma, but able to go ahead and pick up that Ravana X ball, and that's a scary team to deal with. Very aggressive. Sobek and Robin looking to do just a ton of work in the enemy backline while the lights are off, and then
You've
you
got
hit that
three
pluck,
characters over
plenty of
there that just hold people still for those 200s just to shred people down as well.
yeah, so definitely strong draft from the Kalders, looking to just be very aggressive in those fights, bring somebody back with that pluck, and just shred them down with AMC X ball. Other side, seeing some interesting picks. The Medusa, a little unorthodox. The Raw, not someone you see too much.
That's a Hershey special. The Raw is a Hershey special.
Yeah,
100%. He will be hitting some snipes here and there. He'll be doing some big damage numbers, especially if the Kuzenbo's rushing them back at him. Alma's holding him still. Medusa turns him to stone. Rat hits him with the acorns, holding him still. Hershey will be hitting those. So a lot of damage on both sides. More objective damage, I would say, on Calder's. More single target and kind of team fight control, so to speak, on Mystic Sea Serpent side.
yeah, Mystic Sea Serpents definitely have a little bit more edge on burst damage. Calder's good boys. They have that great shred with AMC Shivalanke, but they have nothing to compare to Petrify, to that Celestial Beam, that Searing Pain, to kind of out secure. So definitely going to be tough for them to pull those objectives without some incredible vision.
Speaking of vision, there is the new Bull Demon God King, whatever you want to call it, camp over there. We'll see if either team tries to prioritize that to take away the other team's vision early on. But looking at these drafts, in my personal opinion, take away the records of the teams, take away who's on playing each god, just by draft wise. I still like Calder's Good Boys draft a little bit better. They just got a lot more damage output. Now, granted, the Sobek is their only magical, so they Mystic Sea Serpents could stack up on some fizz defense, even throw it in their carrier mids build to get a little bit more survivability. But just the damage that's going to be coming out of Calder's, that's who I'm giving a slight edge here. Objective steal, you've got a raw, you've got a rat over there, so just who plays what better.
Yeah, definitely. I think that it's pretty even. Calders have a really good identity with. Yeah, we just have a massive front line with some good shred. Meanwhile, Mystic Sea Serpents have a little bit more of that orthodox draft. We have a couple of really big abilities for these team fights. We have that Watery Grave, we have the Petrify, we have the Dazzling Offensive. So get a lot done there. Really depends on how these fights go. Our Calders are going to be able to just grab a pluck at the start and pull this, Medusa out of position, pull this Ra out of position because those are two very susceptible to Sobek backliners. So gonna have to be careful there.
100%. We'll have to. I mean, I'm guessing they're going to get beats. It's just a matter of with the Sobek pluck, it is sometimes awkward to time those beats the correct way. So I'm betting we see a few late beads, a few early beads, whatever. But if Sobek can identify and his team calls out whose beads are down, then if he hits the plucks, I'm pretty sure KGB is going to win a few of these fights pretty easily.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we've seen this KGB squad execute, week after week. They've earned themselves this number 1 spot, and it's going to be tough to shut them down. So we get into the game. I'm not seeing anything too crazy with these builds. Do see, the blink come out first for Dean on that Kuzenbo. How do you feel about that?
I mean, Blink on Kuzmo, I like. I don't know if I like it first because one, you're going against a Sobek and the X ball, right? So Sobek, if he gets that pluck, you're not going to have horrific sprint or shell to try and save your carry. Now Medusa does have the dash, but let's say Sobek interrupts that dash, plucks her out of it. You're not really going to be helping because you can't blink because you've been taking damage from the wave. But
Yeah.
we'll see how it pans out.
Interesting call there. A little bit of an unorthodox start, hoping to steal away the blue buff from Swagmaster on that Amaterasu. Not quite in time to do it, so going to put El Dirty Bubble on that Ravana a little bit behind on that farm, going to make it a little bit more dangerous for Ojaeger in that mid lane as well, Rat's going to be sitting there. Meanwhile, that speed buff still hasn't gone down. Not going to have a ton of pressure to go ahead and, look for those mid camps, so not going to work out on that start.
I mean, it pays off if they get it. Obviously, they didn't, so it kind of puts them behind maybe 20, 30 seconds. We do see a lot of damage going out of this Wukong onto the Ama. She's going to have to back up, play a little bit safer. Wukong early damage is nothing to mess with. I play the guy a lot. You've got the long abilities, you've got the slow, you've got the dash. Once you get level 3, you can pretty much bully a solo laner out of the wave.
Yeah, especially if they're going for, that more late game oriented build, they're looking for the Warrior's Axe to go into that Axe of Animosity, looking to get that Equinox built, but doesn't compare to the clear you get with Bluestone plus that Soul Leader coming out, so definitely going to see a little disadvantage over there for a little bit.
100%. Would you see Rob over here trying to hang around? If Alma comes out, I think Rob goes over, but he's still waiting. She's coming up a little bit. We might see a little bit of skirmish here over cooldown buff as Ravana comes in behind as the meteor crashes.
Yeah, good
Alma gets that
awareness
safe
there.
dash.
Gets the dash out. Going to lose the meteor, lose the cooldown buff. Even going to lose the totem. Not going to be too happy with that, but, at the end of the day, you're still safe, you're still alive. Can't be too mad.
100%. We see Sobek a little bit low. I mean, the clears are pretty much even for these teams. I would maybe give the edge to the Kuzenbo and Medusa just a little bit because the Kappa goes through. So we see a fight over here on rights. Rat with the flurry just trying to get away from the Ravana.
Yeah, not going to find too much there. Good return damage from Ojaeger, just getting those bees out there, doing quite a bit of damage over to that Ratatosker. And still yet not seeing anything too aggressive. Ravana really looking like the biggest playmaker here, looking for a little bit of something. Love him rotating over for that blue, saw them look for that early invade, so we're probably figuring, yeah, they're probably gonna look for this, so let's go ahead and make sure we're there. So good heads up play from him.
And here we are focusing on that building that I talked about early, see if any team was going to prioritize it. And it looks like KGB is going to. They get it easily. Mr. Serpents probably don't even know that they were there. But a little bit of boost to the KGB boys. Still about even here. I mean, nothing too exciting here. We've got a couple attempted invades, attempted buff steals, but nothing too out of the norm so far.
Yeah, not finding any advantages yet. Biggest advantage we see is over here in the solo lane. Stretch Milk doing a great job just keeping the pressure steady in this lane, saying, no, Ama, you don't get to step up to the wave. No XP for you. I'm gonna beat you up if you come over here. And that's just really good play. Some people might call it boring, some people might call it lame, but it's just the correct way to build this lead over in solo.
Yeah, especially with the Wukong. Like I said, the different style abilities he has, he's probably one of the most versatile warriors. He's got the ability that does more damage to the wave or to minions and camps. But it's also such a long reach that you can kind of poke the other solo, without having to get in the face, especially with an Alma who's going to try and auto attack you down. You got the slow if they come at you. You got the dash. You can knock them up or stun them with the Tiger form. So it's really easy, especially, I mean, we're at 4.5 minutes. He's already freezing wave halfway down the lane and just keeping the Alma out, building a slight lead. He's probably got about a half, maybe 3/4 level lead right now.
Yeah, going to be interesting though. I think that dynamic's going to flip a little bit. I'm able to get that full Equinox on that back. Both use that TP relatively the same time, though. Upgrade going to help Sun Wukong out a little bit, but not having that Soul Leader stacked is going to, give him a little bit of a disadvantage in lane for now. Going to kind of delay his damage, but Tiger Stun off the mark going to make him feel a little sad there for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Alma's got the full Equinox on, so she can kind of bounce around a little bit with him. As you see, a huge rotation over here. The rat comes down.
Great somersault cloud. Just the homies are here. Nah, I'm out. Not dealing with this. Looking to make a little bit of a counter rotate here. Ravana in the back looking for something.
Rat could be in trouble.
Losing quite a bit of health here. Doesn't have the ult to get himself out. Great Mystic Rush isn't quite enough to take him down. However, should be a blue buff invade? No. Oh, gonna let him have it?
Yep, they're gonna look at the Bull Demon King again.
Oh, I think that they get both of them. I think they, steal away that blue buff and then they get that little bit of a miss, but, can't feel too mad. Still securing out the objective. Getting your team a slight bit of a lead, still haven't seen the first blood go down. Still seeing, less than 1,000 gold lead. Interestingly, we see Kaio, Trust Rescale, not opt to get the Acorn first. He opts for Jotuns instead, and I think that's a huge mistake. What do you think?
I 100% agree with you. I play Rat in the jungle. I play Rat in solo. That Acorn, just the stats, the movement speed is the biggest thing that you get from it. But just the no matter what Acorn you get, you're gonna get something extra. I mean, you can get the flurry where you get the two flurries. You can get, I forget the name, but the yellow one, you get 5 acorns and bonus damage.
Yep. Bramble Blast. You get the
I wouldn't recommend the crit one.
The silver one. Crit one is it's fun. It's not
fun.
Good, but
not
it's
when you're
fun.
playing for a shot at finals.
Yeah, not looking to pull out the necessarily fun stuff when you're facing the 1 seed trying to get your ticket into finals against the Death Dealers.
Yeah, we'll see how long it takes him to get that acorn up. Hopefully he didn't forget it and just keep going with the build tree. See Alma just pumping out the damage now. Wukong doesn't have that Soul Eater stacked yet, doesn't have any defense, so she's going to be able to kind of bully him back for the early game shenanigans that he pulled.
He also has Vibrant Shard. That's something that
I did notice.
I noticed it. I didn't say anything, but let's talk about
it when I was talking about the solo laners earlier. Solo, I mean, obviously, if you're an AA, you get the golden shard. But if you're an ability like Wukong, you kind of want that cooldown shard.
Yeah, that horn shard's really nice. I think that auto attackers, I don't even think I go golden shard anymore. I think I'm more of a fan of that wing shard. Amaterasu very low here.
Damage put out here. This could be trouble Ravana's here.
Dazzling offensive use for CC immunity, but the double ultimates, Mystic Rush and Somersault Cloud gonna take that one out, and first blood goes to El Dirty Bubble on this Ravana. Oh, there we go.
Just playing the aggression.
Oh god, here's a bit of a spot. Watery Grave used to buy himself some time. Plucked into the team, however, going to leave him on 1 HP. Come on, we got a cudgel for this. No, the blink is able to save him.
We talked so much about the blink, and it saved his life.
We were doubting it, but it's coming in clutch there, gets him out of danger. Team's still gonna struggle on this Bull Demon King. Amaterasu respawns in his back. Robin, not the healthiest looking guy over here. Looking to take this down. Raw ult would be so based. Not going to use it. Still manages to steal it with that Celestial Beam though.
I was waiting for the ult, but he didn't have it. So that's my fault for waiting for something that would never happen.
I thought the ult was coming too, but should have looked at the cooldowns. That's on both of us, I guess.
I just glanced over afterwards, like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Good little team fight there. I mean, they get the Bull Demon with it. Back to everybody just looking for farm here. But the solo lane, he's closing in on a full level lead right now. The Wukong is. He just needs to keep pushing this. I mean, almost like we're seeing here, the damage is starting to come out.
Yeah,
Just
damage
gotta be a
starting to
little
come
bit
out a
careful.
little bit. Still doesn't have, the Frostbound Hammer, so not going to be able to really run this Sun Wukong down. Think that, that's a little overlooked item, especially after its recent buff. It's so strong.
Especially paired with the Equinox and on the AA warriors and other characters, obviously, for reasons. But pairing that with the gods that benefit from the Equinox, the Frostbound's just gonna let you proc those extra effects even more because you're hitting them more because they can't run away.
Yeah, exactly. And when they try to run away, they can't make the distance. They're taking extra damage from the backshot blade. Just not a good place to be. Do see that, prophetic cloak come out from the Sun Wukong second. Not something I love, not something I hate. Obviously, get it up nice and quickly so you can get those stacks on it. But I just think there are better items in solo. I know you're a main, so I'll let you take over that one.
So prophetic to me, as I wouldn't call myself a main. I just play
That's
Smite,
fair. You
but
do play a couple roles.
I did play 3 different roles in the caster games. So, and there's only 3 games. But prophetic to me in solo lane makes the most sense if you have a magical solo and a physical jungle, or vice versa. Because you're pretty much over there for 20 minutes. You're only going to stack the one. It's going to take a while to get the other ones once you get into the team fight. As we see Kuzenbo, I believe he TP'd, used the pad over here. Ult's in.
Uses the pad, forces out the somersault cloud. Great push by the Kuzumbo. Just catching the bird form dash, not gonna let him get that out. Forces the ult there. Do see a nice little grouping over here on the left side. Say, oh, your support went to solo. Let's make something happen in mid.
What it's looking like. Good rotation by the Kuzenbo. I mean, it looks like, if you're looking at the game right now, it looks like he's not doing anything right now. He's getting all those timers. So I would expect some invades on some of these buffs coming up.
Yeah, definitely could see him look for some timers there. Look to set up a little bit of something in the future.
And the
Tough
blink.
spot to be in. Oh,
Oh,
just barely off the mark on the pluck. Going to be able to get himself out of there with no real issues. I'm looking for this invade. However, the squad is there. Good call out from the mid laner Hershey there, saying
she heard the
no, they're
footsteps.
all going. They're all going in the jungle. They're all coming. They're all gonna be there. You can't be there.
You see Rat going up. Look at this skirmish. Rat with a huge ult right there. Nobody really with him though.
Huge ult.
Oof.
However, Beads forced after an amazing stinger from O Jaeger, saying, "Oh, you can come in, but you can't go out." Sobek in a little bit of danger here. Dazzling offensive use going to take him down. Swagmaster picks up the first kill for his team as this fight rages on. Sun Wukong looking for more stretch milk, trying to get this somersault cloud he used. Will he be able to land it? He will. Second kill for the Kaldr Good Boys picked up. Sun Wukong in a little bit of an awkward spot, but he's a Sun Wukong. You're not killing him this early, and Beacon is going to go the way of Kaldr's Good Boys.
Yeah, he'll be just fine. The Rat, I believe, I was trying to count his dash. I believe was about a half second away from being up to get out of that.
Yeah, close but no cigar. Timers don't quite line up for him. And this is devious. He's been waiting for so long to be here. Tiger Stun not quite going to find its mark. Going to take down that mid-tier 1, though, and that opens up the map quite a bit as they start to rotate over for yet another Bull Demon King.
Also gets the beads off of
Fire.
Hershey right there on the raw. Preemptive beads, just safer than sorry. So they need to call that out. The Sobek should be looking for that raw for the next pluck attempt. I mean, if he gets him with no beads, he should die.
Yeah, definitely looking for something over here. Do see them making an attempt to delay this Pyromancer, looking for a little bit of something. Searing Pain off the mark. Calder's Good Boys able to secure that one out after, moving it just a little bit out. Retatosker in the air, not anymore. Helping Hershey pick up a kill on Stretch Milk. Evening out the kills, but gold still in favor of Calder's Good Boys.
Yeah, just a slight lead. I mean, we're about 1,500 gold. But we do see some invades happening, which is going to take away. We got a fight under tower here. Musencap just trying to run for his life and is not able to do that. You got the whole squad right there, 3 people tower diving to take that one out. And they're going to be moving towards this Gold Fury, I would say.
Yeah, looking for this Gold Fury. Noxus is in the area, does have the Darkest of Nights available to help him do a little bit of something, but forced out nice and early. Still looking to possibly get up there to contest. Searing Pain is going to be available for the secure though, so not going to be the easiest one to steal. Dazzling offensive use just to continue that zone out. Mystic Sea Serpent's going to take that one with no real issues.
Now Ravana comes in. We got Wukong bird form coming in, and there's the Medusa. Everybody's looking. The all pays off there to get him out, you would think. We'll see. Ravana going in pretty hard. Rat's up in the air looking at this.
For more. Rat and Kuzumbo doing an amazing job to peel themselves out there. Sun Wukong looking for more, forced into the somersault cloud. A little bit too low here. Yeah, just gonna have to retreat there. Medusa looking for more, not able to land any of the autos though. He's gonna be able to get back, and game is right back to even. Couple hundred gold lead. Nothing going on.
Whichever one of these teams can clean up these team fights just a little bit, I think is gonna run away with it. Both of them are they're in there. It's just I feel like there's a lack of shot calling right now on targets. Seduce Sobek hit the puck there. Medusa in a world of hurt, and Nox is going to take down Zelda pretty easily thanks to the Sobek pluck.
Yeah, that's the problem. This Sobek is just so good against that back line. Just one pluck. Oh, Ra doesn't have any movement abilities. Medusa has Lacerate, which is a decent dash, but you know, you body block it and she's just a sitting duck, so good play
100%.
there.
Still about a 15, not even 1,500 gold lead. As the map's starting to open up, we've got 2 T1s down for the Mystic Sea Serpents. We've got all the stuff still up for KGB. KGB just trying to push a little bit more here. Open the map up a little bit more. Wait for these next objectives.
Yeah, just looking to get more done. Just looking for what else can we do? What more can we get? That's a really good way of putting it. Robin in a little bit of a weird position looking at this Kuzumbo. However, he has backup. Watering Grave expended, looking to get some CC. Good damage onto the Ravana. Searing Pain just off the mark. And Ra looks to be the target here.
Here comes Rat.
X-Ball is here. Rat in the air. Great two-man dunk. Robin taken off the max. Swagmaster credited with that kill. AMC going to be chased down as well. And what looked like a good start for Kaldr's Good Boys turns into an amazing team fight for the Mystic Sea Serpents.
They're not done. Swag with the triple. Did he get the quadra?
Definitely going to look for it. Don't think he's going to find it. Searing Pain again, just a little off the mark. Not going to find the value out of that. However, this mid-tier one going to be surviving. I really thought they were going to go ahead and push for that here, but not feeling. There we go.
They're pushing for it. They're going to get that, and then you also have the Beacon and Pyro both coming up pretty much simultaneously right here. You got Hershey already sitting on Beacon, and Swag and Friend going over to Pyro, so they should get both of these objectives pretty handily.
Yeah, and that should swing them pretty decently up now. Should be a considerable lead. Already looking at that 1,500 or so. Definitely not bad. 1,600. Not 1,600. 2,000. I can't count. My brain don't work.
Hershey's going to secure the oracles over there, so they have vision on the gold, which should be a Primal Fury coming up next here shortly. Fire is up, obviously. I mean, it's super early. You don't really want to fight for it unless you get a good deicide or at least 3 or 4 dead.
Yeah. 18 minutes in, Fire Giant, not the biggest of deals. Maybe helps you knock down a tower or two, but not the end of the world. Sun Wukong fighting his, 2v1, doing a pretty good job of it. Forces the Ratatosker ult in response to the Somersault Cloud. Says, no, I'm not dying for this. It's a Wukong. I forgot he can't die.
Just back up and get the camps. Farm up a little bit. Looking at the levels, I mean, solos are even. Rat does have a 2-level lead on the Ravana. Hershey has a 3-level lead in mid. So, or supports are even and ADCs are even. So, just a 1-level lead in jungle now. But Mystic Sea Serpents do have a slight level advantage across the board.
Yeah, definitely going to be a bigger, XP difference compared to gold difference. Should be, pretty God, can't think of words. Pretty consequential there. You know, definitely going to be a pretty big difference there. Robin looking for a little bit of something on this Medusa. Gets some good poke. However, Rat is in the area. Might have bit off more than he could chew. Up and down with the Mystic Rush, not going to be on the mark. And do see Shivalanki with a great turn on the Medusa. Bees are forced to get himself away from the Petrify. Able to pick that one up, but falls down to the combination of Hershey and Dean on that Kuzenbo. Alma still looking for more. Dazzling Offensive is used. AMC is in a tough spot. Rat in the air looking for more. Lands, knocks up. Dirty Bubble able to pick up Swagmaster. AMC running for his life. He's so slow. Rat is still chasing. However, Bubble hits an amazing root that stops him. And what looked like an amazing fight for the Sea Serpents turns into Kaldr's Good Boys' favor.
They should back up here for gold. They've got him on the retreat right here. They've got 3. They don't have much damage. At least get the oracles. AMC's coming. Maybe meet him at gold. Hershey should loom around a little bit there. His ult should be up probably in about 15, 20 seconds.
Oh,
But
it's raw. It's already up. Just don't even think about it.
I
If
can
there's
see the
any sort
symbol.
of progress
now
on it, it's
up.
just there. Yeah, that ability doesn't have a cooldown. People act like it does. Like, oh yeah, if you have Deso and you get a single assist, it's just back up. Don't think about it. It's so short. It feels like it's 20 seconds late game.
Stretch Milk doing a little bit of invade work, just trying to extend his lead. They were even before that fight, and now Stretch has about a level and a half, almost 2 level full lead on the Ama.
Yeah, definitely helped him out in that fight. Still struggling a little bit, but that lead can't extend in the mid lane. Hershey already taken over to level 20. Well, Oyeager still a little strapped for XP, sitting at level 17.
Gold-wise, I mean, we are 100% even here, almost 22 minutes into this game. After that last fight, gold pretty much leveled out. So both teams on the same playing field right here. Thought we were going to have a little fight there, so I paused, but Bubble just standing around, ran it back a little bit.
Yeah, he just hit the root, and then Swag just sat there and said, okay, never mind. Might be. Did not understand your game.
So we have the entirety of Mystic Sea Serpents going into this right jungle for this Pyro. They should get that pretty easily. KGB, you've got Ravana and AMC kind of looming around. Can't out-secure a Raw.
Didn't need to out-secure it. He hit it when it was like 10 HP.
It's back up already.
Yeah, well, it's already a quarter. Look at it. He just used it. He didn't even get an assist or anything. It's just that fast. It's like a Merlin flicker. It's like the same cooldown, I swear. I can never flicker on Merlin, and I can always flicker on. I can always ult on Ra, you know.
100%. So Beacon is about to be opening up. KGB's more so in the area than Mystic Sea Serpents, but they are kind of going towards this gold. Maybe they're gonna do a little fake gold pool, see what we can do. You do have Ravana up there looking at the Medusa, who is all alone right now. Ra's backing, the closest person to him. Does get out the ult and backs up.
Yep, yeah. Good job from Bubble forcing that ultimate out. Zelda not in the mood to deal with a Ravana. Overhead kick saves him the damage, saves him the CC. And looking for this tower, not quite able to find it.
I don't think they knew that Wukong was going to be back so soon.
He hurts so much. He was able to get there.
The amount of boxing that Wukong is allowed to do.
Sun Wukong is not a fair god.
And during all of that, they picked up gold.
Good to pick up gold.
Tough spot.
Good Mystic Rush to get him a little bit out of danger. Searing Pain not quite long enough to steal it away. Perfectly timed, just not able to get the distance necessary. Kaldr's Good Boys picked that one up and again put this to a 300 gold difference game.
It's massive, really. Both of these teams playing equally well at times and equally sloppy. So they're kind of balancing each other out. The team fights have been great in some engagements. Other ones a little bit sloppy, like the early ones, but everybody's just kind of settling into the game flow. Right now, there's really no clear-cut team playing better than the other ones. So pretty even game.
Yeah, definitely nice, even game. That's what we like to see. Both of these teams are in the semifinals for a reason. They've worked their way up here, and they're still looking for more. Looking to make their way into finals here. Looking to position up a little bit. 25 minutes. That's around the time you start doing that fire dance. Not going to be, caught off guard by a team pulling it. But neither of these teams are going to let it go for free.
I mean, we do see Mystic Sea Serpents all T2 are behind, and KGB is all around fire right now. So if there's any time to start messing with it, it's right now, as it almost looked like they started it, but they didn't.
Yeah, they're thinking about it, but
You have
Searing
Alma
Pain
coming up behind.
expended. That was Searing Pain. This could be a good opportunity for them to look for this fight. Sun Wukong looking for something. Ama taking the brunt of the entire team and not losing anything on the health bar. Equinox is fair. Robin looking for some damage in the back line. However, Mystic Rush up, down, and some damage to follow. Swagmaster picks that one up at the start of this fight. Still looking for more. Kaldr's Good Boys not ready to give it up. Medusa a little bit low here. Ra looks like he might just fall. Going to be his life there. Good Stinger comes out, takes him down. We do see Kaio over there in the duo lane looking for a little bit of something, grabbing himself some farm, hitting level 20, knocking down this tower, but Kaldr's Good Boys able to maintain their own in that fight.
Wukong backs up to try and assist with Kaio back there. He is not going to save the tower, but he might do something unless Rat has the ult. As you see, Sobek just getting kind of shredded there, surprisingly, for Sobek.
Yeah, loses some health to the tower, making sure they're able to get that. Loses some health to, haha funny, we have Amaterasu and Kuzumbo making sure you can't move. Able to get some damage off, but none of it's going to be too relevant as everybody backs away.
KGB was at the Pyro. They backed up. They saw that Raven Ward get thrown over. Kind of called it quits, but both hunters are still here. Sun Wukong's here. They can definitely get it if they want.
Yeah, should be able to knock down this Pyromancer. Do have the double hunters. Ra isn't quite in the area, but not looking
I'm
to
not scaring
commit
them.
on this. Yeah, the Alma's sitting around. They're probably thinking, oh yeah, there's gonna be a Ra just coming in here, gonna steal it away from us with that Searing Pain. Not in the mood to deal with that, and I can understand it.
As now Mystic Sea Serpents are going to be picking it up. All they have that they can see right now is the Sobek in front of them. Let's see if he can do anything. Cannot. So Mystic Sea Serpents take the Pyromancer. It takes them out to about a 2k gold lead now. We're starting to get a little bit of separation. Gonna expend the ult out of the Wukong to just get out of there safely.
Yep, just gonna
As Mystic
somersault
Sea
cloud.
Serpents are going towards fire.
Yeah, looking to position over there. We do see El Dirty Bubble over there in the duo lane, clearing that up, going to show up on the wave. So gonna have to be a little bit careful as
Looks like they're gonna prio Oni.
Interesting call. Looks like it will work out for him. No, Kaldr's Good Boys are ready. They're all surging towards that fire giant, and the Sea Serpents don't really have an idea that it's going on.
They're gonna rush right back over there.
Still being a gremlin, still looking for, some hindrance, some annoyance, getting that.
They have no clue.
Down. Nah, Rat's coming. Rat's here. Good dunk down, looking to put out some damage, but there's a stinger for your trouble. I'm looking for the dazzling offensive, looking to get something done. Aegis and Beads forced out of the AMC. However, 2 picks is what they needed to start off this fire giant, and it looks like they should be able to pull this. Do still have plenty of health on Ramana and Sun Wukong to make sure this Ra isn't able to seal it away with that Searing Pain.
Yeah, Alma kind of did her job. She bought some time to get her teammates some time to get there, but Wukong is not letting Ra anywhere close. It's up to Kuzumbo here.
He Kuzumbo not able to grab it and might even pay for it with his life. Yeah, just completely ran down. See him go ahead and fall. And Sun Wukong just... That's tough. That hurts my feelings. Seeing that Searing Pain hit him, 1 second after he gets up into the somersault cloud, able to get himself, up there, dodge that. Clone has to pay the price, but he's still fine.
It'd just be a good old-fashioned tower sweep in mid and left lane here for Mystic. Or not Mystic, shit. Kaldr's good boys. You got the two hunters just running around here. I mean, if anybody runs into them by themselves, they're done. At this point in the game, 30 minutes just about, you're running into two hunters, no shot.
Yeah, definitely would be a tough one to deal with. Do see some waves pushing a little bit further than you might like, going to kind of slow down their momentum on this push here. No minions equals no push, especially without, that being EFG. Not going to be able to get too much done here. Probably just going to see them group up, maybe push down that left tier too, maybe look for a Phoenix after that, but with that watery grave, with that dazzling offensive, with that petrify, Mystic Sea Serpents have plenty of tools to stop a push.
Oh, for sure. They've got a lot of disruption, a lot of single target, a lot of CC. It's going to be tough pushing through the Phoenix. Even if they did have EFG, pushing through all of those forms of disruption and CC is going to be tough.
Yeah, definitely going to be a tough base to crack. Kaldr's Good Boy's best bet is probably going to be, finding a fight around one of these objectives,
A pluck.
grabbing a pick or two, hitting a pluck, and then just, sending somebody on their way back to the base.
Did you see the T2 getting taken down? No defense on it. Makes sense.
We do see
Serpents going to kind of position here.
Radosasker looking to split push. He has the bomb. He should be able to take that Phoenix pretty easily.
Wukong's there.
Do see Wukong there to go ahead and stop him a little bit. However, bomb is used. Not going to be able to
get the minions.
To it. He's going to get it. Yeah.
Oh,
the tiger stun.
Oh, the minions.
The minions.
What
that is save. So sad.
Oh, I thought that was a bomb. Holy shit.
Nope, it was a ward. Bomb could TP in to finish it, but wards under the tower are visible. Going to be able to knock that one down. Incredibly low Phoenix, but not quite able to finish it out. Love the X-Ball using the ult to not only put them in darkness, but get those extra range out of it to hit it out. Pluck takes Swagmaster off of the game. Searing Pain comes through, hits a Sobek, doesn't do too much damage. Another amazing Pluck. Hershey is on the gray screen himself. Medusa fighting a losing battle. Will she be able to take down one? Gets the Sobek, doesn't get Elderly Bubble, and that's the game. Just incredible fight there off the back.
Jacob was fighting with negative HP for about 20 seconds there.
Just kept going forward. Didn't ask questions. Got himself right in there. Kaldr's Good Boys, off of just a couple of little misplays for Mystic Sea Serpents, are able to take game number 1.
And if I'm Mystic Sea Serpents, I don't feel any type of way about that, honestly. That was an extremely evenly fought, evenly played, evenly skilled, it seemed, match. The Pluck got him twice in that fight at the Phoenix. They lost their rat, so it was 4v4, regardless, because Wukong wasn't there. They just got plucked. That's all it was. Like, the Pluck set up everything there, but both of those teams played that match extremely well for a game 1.
Oh, definitely. Just Kaldr's Good Boys had their formula for success. It's, all right, Jacob, hit this pluck and we win. All right, hit this pluck and we win. And they're just able to land it, able to get those out, and just a phenomenal first game, like you were saying.
Yeah, just looking at the charts here, I mean, you look at Stretch Milk, the Wukong, just 28k damage, just head and shoulders above anybody else damage-wise. A lot of that, about 15 minutes, is just beaten up on the Ama. But he was in there. He was pushing 1, 2, 3 people back. He was the tower defense guy. He was the Phoenix defense guy. He was disrupting. He was just making Mystic Sea Serpent's life that much harder, allowing those other 4 members of his team to just do whatever they wanted, objective-wise.
Yeah, definitely big facilitator. You don't think of Sun Wukong as a turbo facilitator. He's not, setting people back with a pluck. He's not, putting people in an Odin cage. But he's taking 2 or 3 members out of a fight because he's just back there. Then he's up in the sky, and you want to wait for him to land so you can kill him, but at the same time, he's healing up. It's just hard to deal with. He can
fly away. He can Tiger Stun. He can Buffalo Trance you and get more defenses and slow you down. Like, he's annoying as shit. We'll put it that way. Like, that's all you can say about a Wukong.
Absolutely. Well, that's about enough for game number 1. Gonna have to see what Mystic Sea Serpents come back to us for game number 2. And we'll be back in just a couple minutes. and welcome back, everybody. After an exciting game one, nice and close for the first, 15 minutes, all of a sudden gets broken apart by a couple of small misplays from the Mystic Sea Serpents. I am still ruler of men, joined by Ben Dizzle with Salty on the cams. How are we feeling after that game one?
I don't know if I'm feeling let down or optimistic because it was a great early game. Like you said, up till 15, 20 minutes, and they just broke open at that left Phoenix fight. I mean, up till that, 100% even could have gone either way. A little anticlimactic, if you ask me. We only had one really good team fight the whole game.
Yeah, definitely was a close one for sure. Came down to one fight where, oh, didn't use all of your ultimates properly. We're just gonna go ahead and win this game. So luckily we can see that all those good boys aren't scared of pulling the trigger, able to say no, we can end that out. Do see a couple of new bans coming out.
Deja
Sun
vu.
Wukong getting banned away. AMC finding himself on that blacklist as well. And Charon, first ban of game one, is going to be the first pick of game two.
That's got to be a comfort pick for somebody. The amount of nerfs and the way the meta's switched a little bit here and there. That I'm guessing we're gonna see Dean playing that in support. I'm guessing it's a
I'm
comfort
pretty
pick
sure
for him.
that's a Hershey mid pick.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure. I think I've seen it quite a
I
few
mean,
times.
there are still builds that it's viable for mid. It's just not as good anymore, but it's still
Mhm.
strong. It's still annoying. You still got the huge wave you can send across the map and steal Fire Giant from way over in the other lane, whatever you want to do. As you see the Sobek being hovered again, I'm not surprised about that. I am a little surprised that KGB banned the Wukong when they played it so well.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably saying if I can play it that well, I'm afraid of what Swag's gonna do.
It
It
does
did put
make
in a lot
sense.
of work in that game one. Don't want to see it come back in the game two. And I mean, it's boring to play the same stuff every game too. I don't want to play all the boring picks every time.
Hercules,
As we see
Sobek.
the displacement squad come out, Hercules and Sobek to counter out that Charon says, "We're gonna take you wherever we want you."
And they're just not going to die while they do it.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Super sustain, super annoying. As long as you hit the plucks, you hit the knockups, you're doing your job. Even if you don't hit them, the displacement, you've got the tail whip, you've got the push, you've got the semi scary alts going under the water, throwing the big ass rock at somebody's face. You're going to do your job disrupting and also peeling at the same time.
Yeah, definitely very scared to deal with. We did see how much work that Sobek was putting in game one, and having kind of a second Sobek on the squad is terrifying.
Now,
Do
I feel like
see
this Awilix pick is to keep it away from KGB because they have the ultimate Awilix tank team, the duo team, the Bash brothers, whoever you want to call them. That is the Awilix setup over there. So I feel like they're just keeping it away from them at this point. As you also
yeah,
see the Hachi.
can definitely agree there. Obviously, Sobek pluck, tail
Oh,
whip, as well as Hercules pull.
is this another troll hover? You gotta let me know.
I don't know. I don't think it is. I don't think it's
Herc
good.
Tunkel.
I think
There we
they're having
go.
a little bit of fun there for sure.
Nah, they just didn't know the alphabet. It's alphabetical order. They said Kumba. It happens.
It happens. Sometimes you
Yu
get a little caught
Huang.
up in the moment. You say Yu Huang, Kumba. Those are pretty similar.
Yeah, 100%.
They both have an HU in them.
Yu Hong, super safe, kind of annoying. Does buku amounts of damage late game though. Once you get full build on that boy, he is gonna burn you. He's gonna toast you. If he hits you with pretty much anything, you're gonna feel it. But definitely safe to get out of the way from the Awilix, from the Hachi, even from the Charon.
I
But
just think they're just grabbing all the gods that can move you around. You got
that's what it
Hercules,
sounds
you have
like. You got the
Sobek, the
push
dueling
on both of
dragon
those.
yoinks you back too.
Yeah,
Gonna
you've
gonna be
got
scary to deal with.
Sobek's gonna pluck you. Herc's gonna push you. Yuhong's gonna pull you back again. You're just gonna be a freaking slinky the whole game.
Yeah, exactly. You're not gonna be able to control where you're going in these team fights.
And we also
Going to
see
be a
some new
scary
bans
one there.
here. We've got the Bastet, which was banned second round, first wave. or second round first game. But we also have the Rama. We also have a Thoth and a Zeus ban by KGB.
All right, so I know you play jungle.
I
If you
play
lock a
Smite.
Willix, are you banning Bastet?
No,
Okay, good. So we're on the
I'm
same
not
page
banning
there.
Bastet. I'm not banning Baka. I'm not banning Kali. I'm not banning like Hamazats even.
Yeah, exactly. A little interesting of a ban there, in my opinion. Like, I don't know. You kind of have the
Charybdis.
counter already.
Oh, uh-oh.
Uh oh. Little scary Charybdis pick there. Maybe if it's
Maybe
not in Jacob's hand, he's in
maybe
support.
Noxus
He's
is
on the
just trying to
Sobek.
show his support how you're actually supposed to play it.
That,
Okay.
that that could be true. That could be true.
But
See
another
him.
super safe pick, another basically disruption with the ult if you hit it. Hold
People
everybody
hit
still so
Charybdis
they can
ult.
get hit. Yeah, you go in there, you
I
bite them. They're still ready for the plowback pluck, ready for the hurt pluck, ready for the Hu Hong pool.
That's fair. That's fair. And I definitely don't mind it. It gives them an incredibly safe backline. It allows that Sobek and Herc to just play the front line.
Now I
They both
wonder.
have
I've
great
I've
self heal.
heard rumors on the street that the new is it Stormblade, whatever that
Stormseeker.
beautiful the beautiful picture they made for the new item. It's probably one of the best looking items visually in the
Oh, it's
store.
so pretty and it's so bad. It's
But I've
so bad.
heard on Charybdis it's decent.
Well, you can get some nice quick stacks, due to the auto chain. You get those three little autos that come out pretty quick.
Abba.
Probably the best god to use
Baba
it, but
Yaga.
it's just not a good item. Sweet the Thanatos getting hovered here. Definitely
Does,
don't mind that. Baba
does
and Chalk.
Baba have a knockup other than when she ults if they're right on her?
Just the ult.
So
Chalk also has the ult as
they got the
well.
ult and the chalk ult to help this Awilix. So good luck, Kaya. It's pretty much on you.
I
And
mean,
they
you
left
don't
the
you don't
Thana.
need it. You don't need a bunch of knockups. You can get them yourself on the Awilix. Just be better.
Yeah. Be better, Kyle. You heard it here first.
Hmm. Just get good.
But anyways, back to
Just set
that
yourself
new
up.
item for the hunters. I did play a conquest the other day, right? And it was a 34-minute game, and my carry had 12 stacks. So you got to hit your shit for it to work.
Yeah. I had a game the other day. I think it was right around 30 minutes. Nemesis jungle first item Stormseeker 39 stacks.
Rough.
It's
Now
tough.
I
It's tough.
have myself. I've gotten up to 732 stacks as my high so far.
That makes it a pretty decent item.
I was an
I think.
Osiris solo, and I took my S key off of my keyboard for that game.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run at this guy. I'm gonna get my
Yep,
stacks. I've seen a couple of
732.
couple hundred stack games with like Erlong solo
I think
with
it's more of
Bologna
a
solo
like
with
people are saying that
Osiris.
it's like hunter based, but I feel like your auto attack based warriors, where for the first 15 to 20 minutes, all you're doing is boxing with your auto attacks. I think it's viable over there. Now it is niche, obviously. It's not as OP, not nearly as good as Equinox, but you can fit it in there.
Yeah, it's definitely just a tough one to fit in too, because there's so many items you want. You want that frostbound to make sure you're able to
You
stick
want the
on
frostbound, you want
people.
the
You
shoguns,
want
you
the
want the
berserkers. You
berserkers.
want the shoguns. Maybe you want like a toxic blade or a kins, or there's just
There's
not enough
so much,
room. You know,
but
you
it's
can't
new and
have all the
shiny, so
items you
people
want.
go to it.
That is true. Got to play the new shiny items.
So
And
as we have our last pick here, which is kind of weird to me, locking in a Kali with a leap against an enemy Awilix.
yeah, I was talking about that in the previous set. It was Kali into a Willix, and
I watched that one.
yeah, it didn't look good for the Kali.
No. We will see here if Bubble can make some magic happen against Kaio. But if I'm Kaio, I'm not necessarily looking for that Kali because that Kali Bubble is a more experienced player. He could be trying to bait it. He's like, hey guys, I'm going to bait this Awilix ult. Back me up. And you've got Sobek, you've got Herc, you've got Yu Huang ult. Like you've got everything to back you up in that instance.
Yep.
If I am Kaio, I'm looking more for that Yu Huang Charybdis. But you also have to figure if the Wheelix pulls them both in, or either one of them in, Charybdis can go underground, Yuhong can go in the sky and just get out for free.
Hmm.
So it's
Or
going to
if
be
you
a
pull
little bit
Kali,
tricky.
I just Kali ult and I shred you down and you look stupid. Like
Yeah.
lot of counterplay against the pullback from a Willix that gravity surge. So gonna be
Now,
interesting to see how this one plays out.
taking the alt out of the book, right? Wheelix is still a very strong god. Even without
Hmm.
her alt, the feather step, you can immune damage, immune effects, all that stuff. You've got the speed on, was it
Suku.
Suku?
Yep.
I remember that one. Look at me.
Look at
You've
you.
got the knock up to disrupt people, stuff like that. Like you still are a very good god. It's just with this comp, the ultimate is going to be a very tough cookie to crack, so to speak. Like,
Hmm. I mean, even if you don't use it to pull people back, people don't recognize how potent of a stim it is. It's a ridiculous amount of attack speed. It gives you some power, makes you immune to knockbacks, I believe. So very strong, even if you're not pulling people back with it.
we'll see how Kaio utilizes it. If I'm him, like I'm not looking really to use it. Maybe even just pulling it on one of the tanks, honestly, and just having your damage healers and you shred them down to take that out of the fight. It's
Yep.
just
Understandable.
that was awkward.
Uh, looking
I
into
was like,
this,
who
we
is this man?
actually do see a little bit of a difference coming out here. Mystic Sea Serpents not letting us know about their little roster swap. Great pull right at the tower
Who
line.
the
Gonna
hell is
make
this
Heron
guy?
take a bunch of damage. That is Squiddy. That is Squiddy replacing
Squiddy, the
out
chat
there.
and Twitch was calling for him, and he showed up and lost 3/4 of his health.
It just be like that sometimes. Do also see, a little bit of a difference in the positions here. Do see Kaio move over to that solo lane, Swag moving into the jungle, so a little bit of differences there. Noxus not looking too healthy over there, but Squiddy looking to be on his last legs.
Oh,
Jacob gets the solo kill.
Jacob really stealing that from his carry, honestly.
Nah, Noxus was a mile back. That
No,
was
I
that
know,
was very
I know,
deserved.
I know.
Based so that gameplay, get soloed by the Walker sub. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know either.
He's hitting
But
these
a
plucks.
good with the
He's
pluck right
being
there.
mean. Do you see a Willix on the back end of this? But those are two full health players and a Hachi that is not healthy enough to step back up.
Yeah, Hachi can throw his two from the flag from a distance, but that's about it. Lewis is going to look at the Charybdis here. Charybdis does go underground. Sobek with the dash. I don't know if he meant to pluck or he meant to miss, but he did miss.
Yep, does miss. Might have been intentional, might not have. Able to secure away that shield camp at least. Kaio gonna go ahead and get now. Kaio, sorry, Kaio's in the solo lane. My bad, my bad. My brain don't function
Everything's
like that.
different.
It is. It'll take me a while to get used to that. That's pretty upsetting. Do you see Chalk, kind of getting wailed on a little bit in this solo lane?
And that's going to happen a little bit early with the Chalk, especially against the Hercules. They're both level 4. It looks like they're probably both going Contagion, either Contagion or Breastplate. Both of them are great items, first items for both of those gods. As we do see Sobek hitting the plug.
These plucks are insane. I just want to say that.
It's like the
Jacob has been
one
doing a
thing.
phenomenal job. He's been hitting all of his plucks. He's been doing a ton of work, and he's a Walker player. He's a Walker ADC.
However, with that being said, he is known for his Sobek, even in Walker. I used to be there,
Way back in the day, I can't believe it.
Yeah, we'll see you next year.
I'll never be there. It'll never happen. I wish it would, but they
I'm trying
just
to go to
won't let me.
Scooter. I already bought one. I'm going to use it as my gaming chair.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge. Surely, if you're streaming with yourself in a scooter, they have to put you in scooters.
That's what I'm saying.
Might be a loophole.
I don't play this game enough to be in higher divisions anywhere. Did you see a Wheelix kind of coming behind the Yuhong here? Jaeger needs to look out. Hits the knock up. Feather
Good
steps
knock up,
on it.
good feather step. Gets some damage, but he's not beads, and he's not really that worried about it.
I don't know if I'm a Wheelix if I ult there or not, just to burn the beads. I feel like he could have, just to get that out of there.
I think if he ults, he has that little extra power for the feather step, he might have killed.
It'd be close. We'll never know
Tough
though.
one to say.
He might have been level 4
You
right at the
know
beginning
that
of that
is
too.
a possibility.
I think he killed a couple minions
That is a
with the feather stub.
possibility. You know, I won't admit it. I would
I'll
never say
never
that.
admit it.
He was level. It was just a graphical glitch, just like his death. You know.
It happens. So you see a little skirmish over the rights here. Kali with the stun on the Willix. Willix just gonna. I don't even know if you can call it Suki right now. It's a jet ski.
That's a good
It's not a
skin.
brand that I know of. We'll call it the Sea-Doo.
Yep. Looking for a little bit of something, but this is a collie that's a level up. Has the Equinox fully built. Even has mannequins, so not going to be easy to fight. Yu Huang making sure they don't have the faith of a 1v1. Tick damage is going to burn him down between the mannequins, between the Kali 2, and between the one from OE Jaeger, who's going to be picking up that first. Not first kill, sorry. Already happened. Jacob took that one
Second.
out.
Second kill, about a 1,500 gold lead now. So we're getting off to a little bit of a faster start than the previous game. Just see Kali in the soul lane on this Chalk. Chalk should be able to just walk away, healing himself up, slowing everybody. Be
Yeah,
A-okay.
Chalk, not very worried about a Kali. Has great tools to deal with that. Yeah, I just make it rain, and then you know you don't move towards me, you don't auto me. I'm just kind of hanging out.
So you see Baba kind of scurrying away here.
I hate that skin so much.
Looking at build wise, do you
Baba
see
Beans is so
anything out of
bad.
the norm?
I'm not really seeing anything crazy.
Dual mannequins.
Yep, do love mannequins. Can't go wrong with it. Even an ADC.
Everything looks pretty
too crazy.
pretty straightforward here.
I don't think I would necessarily go for golden shard on Chalk. I think that I would be
That is.
Chalk moment.
I just looked at that.
You know, I think I would be more preferential towards that horn shard, but you know, I'm not the one here in semifinals. I'm the one here on the
Same.
casting desk, chained to it. They won't let me leave. Please help.
So again, just another semi-evenly matched start, kind of reminiscent of game 1. Slow start. This one, I mean, we did get out to 2 early kills. We might get another one here with the pluck here on the Wheelix. Pulls him off the Suku, but it doesn't cancel her ability, so she's still good to go. Kali's there. The feather step, maybe gonna get away.
Still looking for more. Great pluck forces the beads out.
Baba's there.
Incredibly close. Baba gonna use that home sweet home. Not gonna find quite what you might like, but you know, at least pulls them away.
Both teams a little bit more aggressive here in game 2, though. I mean, Mystic Sea Serpents, you're fighting for your season. KGB, you're just trying to keep the momentum going. So I expected it to be a little bit more aggressive on both sides, but a lot more fast-paced than game 1. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, definitely not complaining. Still nice, aggressive gameplay. Not seeing anything too crazy. Obviously, Kaldr's good boys finding their picks a little bit easier, but you know, not seeing anything go crazy from there. Looking at about a 2,000 gold lead, which is significant but not incredibly big. Good luck onto the Hercules. Couldn't get that word out of my mouth. Wow, Slagmaster pick up the first kill for his team.
I didn't think they were gonna ult. She ulted like literally the last second before you touched the ground again.
Yeah, real close one, but able to make it work. Going to pick that one up and, you know, close that up a little bit.
The only lead we have right now is the Charybdis over the Hachi by about a half a level. Nope, a level and a half. No, 2 levels now.
Yeah, right around that level and a half mark. A little bit something, nothing too crazy. I mean, that comes with, you know, the fact that able to get a little bit more done in that lane. Charon going to get ran at in the jungle. Not going to feel too good. Kali just kind of does damage. Has that tier 2 charged bow there. Big fan of that item. Allows you to kind of clear. Kind of a poor man's golden blade. Ooh, catches the stun there. Gets some decent damage on Hachi.
That was
who
smooth.
just turns around and looks like, huh? What you gonna do
what was
about
that
it?
for?
You ain't fighting me. I know it.
Yeah, Kali running into a Kali solo, and then, oh, another pluck on the Willis by the Soda. Suku gets him out. Karen's gonna expend the wave. Kali pops the ult, trying to just shred people before they jump out to safety. Looking at the Hachi though, Noxus is gonna take out Zelda. Another pluck secures a kill for Jaeger on Squiddy.
That Charybdis ult was so mean.
Charybdis lives
Come on,
with
you
like,
died to the Baba.
no!
There we go. There we go. Ooh, Chalk makes the rotation over, looking to find this Yu Huang. Not going to be able to get anything over there. No, there's no way. He gets it.
Yep.
Understandable, understandable. Did not understand your game. And he just TP's
time.
back to steal it. He still get the wave. That's so
He missed
so
half
tough.
a wave during that whole thing. He missed half a wave.
That's tough. Able to get
Great
that nice shutdown. Yeah. 3-0. Yu Huang finds his way to the gray screen. Not feeling too good there.
It's just a weird fight over there. I don't know if either team was really looking to fight at that point, but both teams come out with kills. I mean, KGB's up by a K, not even a K, or a little bit over 1,000 gold.
Yeah. Willix, interrupts the fight. Does see him on the ward, so not gonna continue to try to look for that kill under tower. Good recognition there. But stop fighting the Hercules. He does too much damage. You hit him and then he does more damage. It doesn't work, I promise.
And Herc did go breastplate. Chalk did go contagion. Looks like Herc, is that the Frostbound tree?
That is the Frostbound tree, but it could just be the Runeforge tree, Have
Possible.
a lot of hard CCs to proc that up, make your teammates do a little bit more damage. Wouldn't be surprised if it went either way, to be honest.
I guess we'll find out in about 1,000 gold or so.
Yeah, I think Frostbound's 900. I think Runeforge is just 1,000, something like that.
I'm really loving what this Kali Bubble's doing right now, though. They're not really looking for anything. They're 0-3. They've got the assists. They haven't killed anybody. I mean, it's an early game Kali. But they are running through the jungle. They're forcing the other team to, like, oh shit, there's a Kali here. And his teammates are just following him up. But he's also getting, like, the timers. He's invading. He's doing all the annoying Kali stuff.
Yeah, definitely doing a good job of just farming, making sure he's able to bring advantages to his teams when needed. We saw that fight that was in duo lane. It kind of started because he was able to just get a bunch of damage on Squiddy. He just able to shred him down pretty decently, get him out of there. Looking for a little aggression over here on the duo lane. Not going to be able to find any timers, though. No available farm to steal, as we see Kaldr's Good Boys opt for this Bull Demon King.
They're on the Bull Demon King. They're also on the Beacon right now, but we're going to have a little skirmish over that. We do have the Wheelix all coming in on the Sobek. Sobek goes underwater.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates expended there. Do you see the Gravity Surge? Do you see the Summon Sticks? However, Kali going in, doing incredible, fantastic dueling dragons, as well as an amazing pull from Stretch Milk, completely brings this team together. Still looking for more. Chalk very low, Sobek very low. Hershey able to pick up Jacob on the back of this. Still looking for more. Still not ready to give this up. Excavate used to try to put down Squiddy. Great comeback. Able to get the driving strike. Able to pick that one up. Still going. Hershey picks up Jaeger. And Hershey just doing so much damage. They're not able to find him in this fight. And he allows that to be a Mystic Sea Serpents victory.
The Kali jumping behind everybody right there did so much. But at the same time, Stretch Milk did a lot that I don't know if the viewers maybe saw, but being able to push 2 members of the Mystic Sea Serpents away from the fight by himself just pretty much bought everybody the time that they needed there. But on the reverse
also
side,
pulled 3 people into the Dueling Dragons.
Yeah, that he did. That he did. The Mystic Sea Serpents kind of rebound there. I mean, they're only down 12, 1,300. We're still pretty much even. You've got the Baba at 3-0. Somebody's going to be looking for that shutdown.
Yeah, Baba went incredible in that fight. Just did so much. We see a little boxing match. It is a Frostbound Hammer, not going for the Rune Forge like I was kind of anticipating. So, a little interesting bit there. Says, no, 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 I'm Hercules. I'm going to slow you so I can, hit all my abilities a little bit easier.
It should be going for the Oni or the Genjis for this next one. We do see Baba going into some defense as well. Probably Prophetic. Get the free stacks with Baba. She'll be a little bit tankier. She does have a 2-level lead right now, so she's up there. Otherwise, those are
there
pretty
on
simple.
this Charybdis, able to immune away any sort of opportunity there. Then uses the ult to tank the summon sticks. Great heads up play from Noxus there.
Is that a mid guard on Chalk or is that mystical? I can't tell.
Mid guard.
Mid guard on Chalk. I mean that helps you with the Charybdis, with the Kali. Even with the Herc, you get the push, you get the auto right there.
Yeah, a little bit of ult expended there. Both duo laners going to go ahead and knock those down. Dirty Bubble going to go ahead and solo up this Bold Demon, last one of the game. Just a couple seconds before it would have despawned and turned into the Fire
6
Giant.
seconds.
So, yep. Almost no
Good
margin of error there.
If you meant to do it, good map awareness. Time awareness, however you want to word that one.
Do love this too, taking the opportunity to look for this Pyromancer over Hershey's in the area. Could see him steal this and grab himself a kill. Love the Kali preemptively using the destruction there, making sure they're not just gonna randomly take a potion that not only steals the pyro but kills you too.
100%.
And Hershey's level 17. He is a massive threat. Good potions land out for a bunch of poke onto O Jaeger. Not going to be feeling too good about that one. Okay,
we do
guys,
see...
do we need 3 prophetics?
Baba, Charon, and Chalk.
I don't think we need all of them. Come on.
We don't have a single one over there on KGB. Maybe they're making up for it.
It is true. Everybody gets a prophetic aura, no matter where you are in
like
the
the
fight.
Oprah show. As the Chalk ult does barely get the Herc there. He's not going to be in trouble. He's a Herc. But, I mean, these guys are going to pad their little damage stats here. Move along. Go about their business. Not too much exciting.
I'm just going to clear the wave and I'm gonna beat you up.
The Herc Chalk lane is not that exciting.
What is exciting is this fight over the Meteor. Obviously, I think Herc wins that, has the push, but he's getting low, and there isn't a Willix here.
Giving it to him. He's low.
This is a bait.
Is here. Oh, and Strex Milk pays his life in exchange for a Meteor.
He did get the scepter. I want to point that out. He did secure the scepter.
4 seconds.
If that. But he did get it. Do see a little bit of a grouping around this Gold Fury, but a little slow to react on it. Not going to be able to pick that one up really. And we see Mr. C Serpents return on this, so playing the map really well. Playing to the ego of a solo laner. Destruction force out of the Kali, looking for a little bit of something in a little bit deep. Heron looks for something good. Blink gets him out of there. Not going to be caught by the mounted archer. Yes, he is. Never mind.
I thought he was out of range of that.
I did too.
You see Mystic Sea Serpents just kind of pushing him back. Willix is super low. If they get a fight here, she cannot really help. She did expend her ult on that Kali. So
I mean, it was a good use.
Back to their
did force Bubble to the gray screen for the first time this game, and that gives time for this Kali not to be scaling.
Hershey's trying to get this beacon. Sobek's coming in on him though.
Understandable.
Trying to sneak it.
I would also leave if there was a Sobek, because he doesn't give me the option. He just plucks me out of it.
He makes you leave.
Yeah.
We do have a 2v2 on the beacon here. We do have Charybdis coming in from the left side. So it looks like it's going to go to Kaldr's good boys. We have a lot of action in mid.
Yeah, Aegis not going to be enough to save him there. Baba takes a little bit of damage, but it doesn't matter. This Baba has been such a nuisance, and going into that prophetic is going to be very tough to kill. That is so sad.
That is
He
very
was
sad.
literally
Squiddy got
great
hit
on the
twice by
side.
the ball.
The game literally said he was dead on the side. That is so sad. Able to just barely get out. And he's the first one to finish his prophetic. In case anybody was trying to bet on that, he'll finish it up first. With that stacked up, Kali pulled in, destruction forced out, gravity surge doing work, making sure that Bubble, can't look to be a demon in these fights. Look to just live forever with that.
That's what you want to do as Bubble, though. You want to bait the Kali or the Wheel Exalt and just pop yours in return and just run away.
Yeah, definitely is good for both of them, but it does, keep Bubble from being that factor at the end of these team fights. And that's where I really think that Kaldr's good boys would be able to shine if they were able to get there.
Oh, 100%.
Get some good poke, get some people low, and then boom, we run through the back line.
Once we get late game, though, I mean, we're at 20 minutes. We're getting a Pyro taken by Kaldr's good boys. We've got pretty much even map-wise. I mean,
Huh?
we've lost 1 tower, 2 towers the whole game, both of them for Mystic.
Yeah,
They've
no,
taken out Kaldr's.
I was trying to comprehend why Home Sweet Home was being used. I was just like, huh? What?
I heard you say that. I was like, wait, did I say something wrong?
No, you were good.
But I mean, across the map, other than the 2 T1 towers, it's pretty much even. We're at 600-700 gold difference. We're even in solo lane. We're even in jungle. 2 level lead in mid, 1 level lead in support, 1 level lead on the other side in ADC.
Yeah, we do
So we're set
have
up for a
2
great
bombs
game.
on this Kali though. And that should be a factor pretty soon. You win one team fight, somebody looks away from their tower for a quarter of a second, and all of a sudden it's gone, and it could definitely make a difference there. So
And it's kind
nice
of
for
the
them on
reverse because game 1, as we see ult and beads, feather step.
Forced away, going to be able to pick that one
Lag
up
with a
later on.
We might pay for it.
Boulder does some good damage, but it's not enough. Hershey just pumping out damage in these fights with that Home Sweet Home. Chalk looking for a little bit more. Great pluck keeps him in the tower a little bit longer. Not going to be doing too well with that HP bar. A little off the mark with the pull. Going to just have to let him walk away. That's a tough one. Tough break.
Very tough. He was going for the kill. The Soka plucked him back. Just great plucks. This whole game, Jacob's been playing out of his mind. But this goes back to game 1 to where I believe it was Kaio was the rat. Who was the rat?
Yeah, Kyle, yep.
So he was split pushing the entire game, right? Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we have Bubble on a Kali with 2 bombs who could do the same shit.
Oh, absolutely. And a lot harder to force a Kali off of a Phoenix that they don't want to be off of. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm just going to drop ult and just run at you. Hercules in the middle of 4 people. That is not where you want to be. You teleported over and you're losing your whole health bar. Yeah, it gets a little bit of return damage off, but just a little bit of a misplay there. Feeling himself a little bit too much. And we see a 4v5 grouping over here. Sure, Mystic Sea Serpents uses a couple of ults there, but I don't think you take this without that extra man.
Chalk's just looking to zone out a little bit. At this point, if I've got my Chalk up there, I'm going to tell the rest of my team, hey, get on gold. Like, what are we doing? But they're not doing that.
There they go. They were just waiting a second, making sure Swag gets his ult up. Hershey's about to get his up pretty soon. They backed away. Plenty of opportunities for this gold here.
You've got Squiddy over there with eyes on, I think, 4 of them in mid 3.
Oh, bomb on the mid tower. Get that out of here. We're tired of dealing with this tier 1.
See, that's what Bubble's going to be able to do. He still has another bomb. He's going to be able to go over here. He's going to the right side now, being followed by the tanks from Mystic. But even if he just goes in there, that tower is pretty much almost dead.
Nah, he's not interested in that yet. He's just looking for some more farm. Gonna take what he can. Took the little the chest camp away. did see that. Stopped for a little break. Got to make sure we get that extra 25 gold. Can't go wrong.
Pyro's coming back up. We'll see if Bubble gets another bomb. I mean, it's a good excuse for him not to buy wards. You know, I'm always carrying 2 bombs, guys.
I do my best to carry 2 bombs, so people can't yell at me for not warding.
I sold my bomb in the caster game. I told the guys I needed the gold.
Understandable. 33 gold is a big investment.
I didn't want to wait and guess. As we do see the Mystic Sea Serpents taking this Pyro. So
guys,
we'll have, wait.
There we go.
There we go. Now we'll have 1 bomb on each jungler.
That keeps it exciting. It keeps it, you know, who's going to be able to split push harder.
Beacon is up. Nobody's on it. Sobek's there. Kali's there. We'll see if either one of them decides to stand on it. Looks like Kali is. Yep, Bubble's going to get that. But Mystic Sea Serpents is pushing up here. It is a 4v3 at this point. Once they all get there.
Good return damage on this Chalk, getting a little bit done, but this Baba just continuing to throw damage over walls, through walls, getting a lot done. Chalk pulled back, takes himself, you know, a little bit more damage, but again, this hurt, not feeling too good. Probably looks for the blink, looking for a little bit more. Loses a ton of health here, able to get the destruction off, but going to be able to use it defensively. Willick's going to be looking for a little bit more on the back as well, going to be able to pick up possibly 2 kills here. Good jump gets him away for a second. Hershey picking up a kill there. Swag going to pick that one up, and not looking great for the Kaldr's good boys here. Pluck back, gets O Jaeger, and this is not going well. Do have Hercules here putting in a ton of work, but in the middle of 5, I don't think he will be enough. Not going to be a deterrent for this tier 2, possibly not even for this Phoenix.
There's just a lot of separation. I mean, they're pushing for the Phoenix here too. And
Hercules dies here. This could be an end call.
That's what
Looks like they are going to CC him out here, and there it is. The Titan's wide open.
They've got 20 seconds.
20 seconds should be plenty of time for them to shred this down. Do have the Baba with ult, going to be able to throw those puddles down, and that's game. Again, 2 games in a row where a bad fight turns into an end call. That's going to be going to game 3. Let's see how Kaldr's good boy responds.
Going into that last fight, we were maybe 2K separation in gold. At the end of it, we were 5K. It was a completely even game, and then it just blows up. There's a lot of separation there. We had 1 team fight, but if you looked at it closely, it was about 3 different ones. You had people coming from the left, people looping around behind, and then that middle fight as well. And just the fact of Swag going in, doing his thing, Hershey unloading buku amounts of damage on everybody pretty much. It was just, I guess, easier for Mystic Sea Serpents to do the smaller fights rather than the one big one. It looked like the KGB was just kind of bouncing around, not really knowing. Jacob tried his best to hit the pluck, missed one of them, and that cost Bubble his life. And then Mystic Sea Serpents just run it down.
Yeah, just a couple unfortunate little mishaps in the fight is all it takes for these, you know, semifinalists in Canes to turn this game around. And going to be going into game 3 shortly. Should be back in just a couple of minutes. right, and welcome back, everybody, back to a game number three yet again. Both of these Kane teams not willing to do it in two, and I can't blame them. Looking to get their way into finals versus the Death Dealers, and already off to a little bit of a decent start in these bands here. Going to see this Willix as well as this Erlong Shen come out. Can't blame them. Looked pretty good in the last game. Don't let them have it this one. Pretty standard strategy there.
100%. I mean, we're also seeing the chalk, which was just played in the previous game. Both teams, game one and game two, pretty much flipped the script. They super evenly played matches, all decided pretty much by one team fight. KGB getting the best of it game one. Basically, see Serpents pulling the script again on game two. We see the Vamana and Bologna band, which we've seen in both games in the first round. Just waiting for this last sixth band. But, I mean, the Erlong, Vamana, Bologna, all abusers of Equinox, the new item. So those three have been standard. The Chalk and a Wheelix, basically just based off of this last game that we just watched.
Yeah, definitely. Looking to ban out a little bit of meta, a little bit of what went wrong in the last game. Definitely big plays there for sure. Do love to see them, recognizing what went wrong in the last game and adapting for the next game. Do also see a little bit of a roster switch up yet again. Do see Dees picking up in the support. Jacob was doing a good enough job, definitely getting a lot of value out of those plucks, but getting their main support, somebody that's been shot calling with them a little bit longer is going to help them out.
100%. And we do see the Wukong getting locked first overall by Stretch. Played it pretty amazingly game one. But we also see our first non-Amaterasu AA warrior,
Osiris.
Osiris. There's an R in there, fellas. Over there for Kaio, if the roster is what it says it is, because we didn't know last game.
Could be
But if
jungle.
Kaio's going over there, Osiris a great user of that Equinox, especially with his tether stun that he gets with his three, and seeing Charon going again to Squiddy, who just played it pretty well in this previous match.
Yeah, definitely did look fine. Was putting out a lot of good summon sticks that might not have looked insane, but were setting up for the rest of the team fight. Yeah, sure, you have to burn, two things to get rid of not only what we're coming after you with now, but that wave coming in just a second. So you're able to stagger that really well.
Morgan
It
Le
looks
Fay.
like we might see a little bit of return to that game one and two. D says, "Don't worry, you were playing the Sobek. I'll play the Sobek."
That's what y'all are used to. Hold my beer, I got it. We also see a Morgan Le Fay being locked in for KGB. So Mystic Sea Serpents has ran MLF in the jungle, but I doubt that we see KGB trying to ego him by doing that. Should be a mid pick for Jaeger here, as we also see the Hachi going in the way of a Zelda. Pretty meta pick, pretty standard, safe, a lot of damage, good boxer, all around great hunter.
Yeah, not too surprised seeing him come out. Little bit of things that we've seen go a little differently. Been talks of Rama, been talks of Soul. A couple of you know picks that might be a little bit better in certain scenarios, but Hachi just that quintessential ADC does everything you want. Scales up, has good range, has good poke, does everything you want him to. Even has a little bit of safety. So love seeing him picked up and love seeing the Baba ban. Not gonna be seeing that again, and I cannot blame them. Hershey looked incredible on it.
Yeah, Hershey was popping off at the mouth right there with the Baba, just being able to go in there, throw the potions out, throw the. A lot of people underestimate how good the silence is on Baba. When you throw out that one ability and they're in the line and they get silenced and you can't do anything, a lot of players tend to panic and they get costed for that. So we will see Hershey on the Volk in this game. One of my favorite guides. You got the huge ult, you got the knock up, you've got the shot back to where you can get a little bit of distance while doing damage. You got the turret where you just do free damage for no reason. As we see Nox being hovered over here for, or not Nox, Thanatos and Artemis being hovered over here for Kaldrs. They are going to lock in the Thanatos and Artemis. and Mystic is going to answer with the Guan.
Okay, so I think Mystic Sea Serpents lose because Guan is so bad right now.
That's what I'm thinking. Now, now Guan isn't terrible. A lot of people say Guan's terrible. Guan is terrible against Wukong, I think, yes. But I played Guan earlier this week against a few warriors because I was trying some shit out. And he did pretty okay against certain warriors, but none of those warriors were Wukong, the survivability god, where you slow, you do extra damage, you stun, you knock up, you fly away, you go up in the clouds. I feel like Guan might be really, really good come team fight time. But at the same time, you've got MLF, CC Immune Ult, Artemis, a little bit of CC Immune Ult, Thanatos, Go in the Sky, Sobek, CC Immune Ult, Wukong, CC Immune Ult. I just want to see if Guan Yu, who is Kaio, if the roster is right, is able to time his ult with the callouts to actually make it count.
Yeah, and I mean, even if he's not necessarily, forcing a bunch out, even if he's just getting those CC immune ults out to deal with his cavalry charge, that's plenty. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to get the kills. You don't have to do all of that if you're able to get value and have your teammates follow up on it.
Yeah, trading one Guan Yu ult for 2 or 3 KGB ults while nobody on your team dying is a massive win. It's just a matter of one, if he's by himself doing it, KGB's probably not going to ult out. So you need your team's backup. And two, if KGB actually decides to ult out instead of just beating or whatever they want to do to counteract it.
Yeah, definitely going to be a tough one to deal with there. Going to have to see how this one plays out, though. Should be getting into game in just a moment. And honestly, which one of these teams are you favoring?
I am going to favor KGB. And here's my reason. Wukong versus Osiris. Osiris is an amazing solo laner. Does a shit ton of damage. Wukong, though, you just dash out of his 3. You dash out of Osiris's 3. He doesn't really mess with you that much. You can stand back and poke. Osiris's 2 doesn't do as much damage as Wukong's 1 to the wave. So it's kind of even. I give a slight edge to Wukong. Morgan Le Fay and Vulcan. Yeah, Vulcan has the huge alt, and he has a little bit of disruption. Morgan Le Fay has a little bit more self peel, a little bit safer. Can do maybe a little bit more damage. Not with the alt, obviously, but with the other abilities. Thanatos over. I just noticed this.
What did you
Is it
notice?
Osiris or Guan Yu jungle?
Most likely Osiris. He's really strong in the jungle from
Okay.
the couple of
So
games that I've
regardless,
I've been playing.
Wukong dashes away from Guan Yu's. Everything I said about Wukong versus Osiris, just transfer that to Guan Yu.
Same thing,
Thanatos,
same thing.
same shit. He just dashes away, slows you, does whatever. Thanatos Osiris, all right? If that's the matchup,
Oh wow, you can't slow me because I'm Thanatos and I press two.
yeah. You push 2, you get your speed back. Oh, what's that? You're coming close to me to try and tether me? I'm gonna 3 you and just dash away real fast. Oh, you took half my health? Oh, I'll get my health back with my scythe. It's fine.
Mhm.
So
Oh, you're looking to really full commit on me? Oh, I'm going to the sky. Sorry
yeah,
about that.
exactly. Now Artemis Hachi, I give the edge slightly to Hachi. That's the one edge I give. Charon and Sobek are about even. Um, they're both offensively defensive gods, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Sobek, you're offensively looking to use your pluck to get your defense, basically. Your defense is plucking people away. Charon, you're using your abilities to silence, to root, to disrupt. So it's just a matter of who plays the god better. And like you said, we are seeing D's on there instead of Jacob this time, so it might flow a bit different. The boys over there, the Kaldr's good boys, have been in the mix of having Jacob the first 2 games. So hopefully D's does the same kind of call out, same kind of communication, lets people know what's going on, and there can be some follow up.
Yeah, definitely could go either way. I think that I just have to give it to Calder's Good Boys, like you're talking about. Do have a couple of pretty good matchups as well as I just don't have confidence in the Guan. I can see Hershey pulling out some good plays with that Vulcan, but I can't put my full weight behind it either. So going to have to give it to Calder's good voice as well. I think that it's a close one. I don't think that it's a massive draft difference. I just think that Calder's good voice have a lot of tools that they're very comfortable and very used to working with.
100%. It's just a matter of who's able to play the map most effectively this round. As we do see I don't know if it's going to start like this with Thanatos over there at mid lefts, just kind of hanging out. But it is Noxus on the Thanatos. A good change here. We've got Bubble going ADC, Noxus going jungle. Noxus is known for his Thana one trick. So maybe he's looking to steal a little bit. Maybe he's just kind of hanging out. Maybe he, put on auto run and that's where he ended. As he does now fall back towards the red buff. But we do have a jungle switch, a support switch, and an ADC switch all on Kaldr's good boys. So we'll see how that affects the cohesive unit, so to speak, that they've had for these first two games.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of switch ups. Obviously, Noxus has been, renowned for this Thanatos. Gonna sneak it in on this game 3 and hopefully be able to put in quite a bit of work. And honestly, I do like him, sitting there waiting to put the ward there to kind of have a pace on where Swag is on that Osiris.
Yeah, and it also kind of lets you know, like, if he's going to duo, going to mid, and plus the timing that it takes him to get that I don't know, gold buff, whatever the hell you want to call it this early. I don't really see an Osiris trying to gank level 2 over in duo. It doesn't really make sense to me.
Well, he got out cleared and he realized Osiris would just beat him up in the early game. Would have just absolutely taken him to cleaners. Good on him for having the awareness to back up, let Osiris take that, dangerous path while he just goes under the tower.
Now, it will be interesting to see later on when we see like the Osiris and the Thana run into each other. Like, oh shit, we're both in the jungle by each other. Like, which one wins? As we do see Deez miss his first pluck of the game. Not really living up to Jacob's, history that he set in place. But it's there, and the solo laners beating the crap out of each other. Guana's in huge trouble right here.
Nah, he's fine. He's walking out. A guy like him doesn't die there.
They'll steal my thunder.
I got to. Who else will?
Yeah. The rest of the Canes League.
Fair, fair. Do you see Noxus looking for a little bit of something over there? Meanwhile, Swag making his way over to the duo lane, gonna secure out that shield camp.
I think Bubble secured it.
Yeah, it does look that way. Yeah, it does have that color on the ground, even though it's hard to see. Does manage to steal that away. Good play from him, getting that one out, keeping himself safe as well. Great dash through though with the Hachi, gets him incredibly low, able to just barely get out. And tough play. Your Artemis early game, obviously, Hachi can just dash you. You get stunned and you just have to cry.
Yeah, the Hachi Dash is one of the most underrated abilities in my opinion. I mean, hitting that stun on people, having the escape, having the movement, just kind of flipping the script on where you are on the map against somebody, it does a lot. It makes it confusing. You're able to turn around, get a few free shots in. It's just a good ability. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, just an incredible ability if you're able to land it. It does take a little bit of practice.
That's the key.
The hitbox is a little goofy. Sometimes you're like, oh, this should stun and it doesn't stun. Or other times you're like, this shouldn't stun and it does. And you're like, huh? Why can't it just work the way I want it to? It just doesn't work like that.
No, 100%. As yet again, we see standard, decent start. I mean, game one, this is pretty much the start of game one. Again, game two, it went a little bit faster. We are seeing the Bull Demon King getting pulled here early by Mystic Sea Serpents. Wukong is in the area.
Ooh, not quite in time with the cudgel. However, chasing out this Osiris Tiger Stun, not quite able to make it. Good blink out, saves his life. Not going to see a first blood at the 3.5-minute mark. Might have to wait till 4, maybe even 5 minutes. As there's a bunch of people over here, not going to be able to find too much though. Sun Wukong able to just walk away. Same with the Guan.
I've been in that spot many times in solo where you drop the first blood and all your teammates here is an obscenity. Just one singular F word across the comms. And like, what happened? Don't worry about it. That's all you said.
I missed a single ability. I must now cry. They don't
It's
get
rough,
it. They
man.
don't understand that.
They're not there.
Nice Ox form, making sure he's able
I don't know if it was that
to
nice.
pick that up. It was. See, he's fine. Ult for ult.
Okay.
And he got the scepter.
But he loses the cooldown buff.
He did keep the scepter for more than 4 seconds, though, so like,
This
doing a
time,
pretty good
yes, he
job
did.
there.
That is the win. As we do see Osiris wrapping around behind on the duo here.
Yeah, Sobek does have the plug, gets himself out of danger. What a great plug. However, mounted archery coming out should be the end for Sobek there. Both ults expended for the Kaldr's good boys, however, not going to beat the 2 ultimates from the Mystic Sea Serpents. Wave
Just
comes
a
out looking
great
for
combo.
a little bit more, not quite able to find Bubble under the tower, but
They're not done. They're not done over there.
no, bullying him under the tower is not looking too good. Guan Yu in a little bit of danger. Make that a lot. Thanatos a little bit off the mark, but the Scythe will not. Scythe
He
picks
hits
that one up.
those.
Brings this over to 1 for 1 across
You
the
know,
map.
when you miss every ability, it makes up for it if the one that you do hit gets the kill.
Yeah, as long as you get the kill, who cares? You know, you can miss all the abilities, but you know, you get the auto attack that kills them, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, I got the kill, guys. I was just getting my fingers set.
I was
we
just
got a 1-1
adjusting to
game.
his patterns. No worries. I haven't been in jungle. I've been playing ADC.
1-1 game and about an 80 gold difference. So we're in for another nail biter, so to speak. I mean, I wouldn't call it a nail biter for games 1 and game 2. They were really good games. All
They
decided
were
by one
even
fight.
games that was just, oh yeah, you made a mistake, you lose the game now.
Yeah. So we'll see. Both of those games are around like 25, 30 minutes. So we'll see where we get to at that point, see who makes the mistake, and then we'll find out who's playing Death Dealers.
exactly. Do not see any big issues here. Do see Jaeger picking up a lead. You know, both games I believe we've seen Hershey with a pretty substantial gold lead. So him picking this one up in the early game, not going to be too bad for him. Cyrus dealing with this Bold Demon, having himself a little bit of a struggle, but he's going to be able to take that down no problem.
Yeah, and back to the Hershey thing, he's had a 2-level lead pretty much consistently throughout the whole set. So seeing him down half to a quarter of a level is a little bit different, but I trust that he'll be okay. Like, Hershey is a good mid. It's
Yeah,
just
no,
a
I
matter
don't
of
think that him being
side farms.
slightly down in XP is going to be a difference maker. I think that'll
Across the
definitely
rest of the
stop
map,
him.
I mean, everybody else is even. I mean, duo lane, you've got 1 level, maybe a half level towards Mystic Sea Serpents. Everything else is pretty much even.
Good pluck there, going to force him to take quite a bit of damage. Feed's forced out as well off of a great fear from the Morgan Le Fay. Summon 6 comes out, rips through 3, forces the consuming power from the Morgan Le Fay. And Osiris is here on the back end, going to pick that one up. Not able to get him with the Dragonflight. Osiris picks that one up. Swagmaster 2-0, making sure he is known.
It is good awareness. The Osiris coming in from that beacon area. He didn't want to go top or middle. He went towards the backside where the low health bar was. Just finishes the job. We do have a battle over here. Artemis chasing down and hits the auto. Bubble taking out Zelda there with a solo kill, evening up our score 2-2.
You know why he gets that?
Why?
He has Horn Shard to get the extra slow out.
Oh my god.
Looking for a little bit of something here. Thana incredibly low, just completely shredded. Tries to get into the air and is unable to. That is the power of that Equinox on the Osiris. Just shredding through all of these members, putting out a ton of damage, and 3-0 on this Osiris. That is not what you want to see. That is a god that has an incredibly strong early game, and it's only getting stronger with these kills.
Swag playing out of his mind right here in the early game as we do see the dash get canceled on the Wukong. The Vulcan ult's coming out of the sky, hits the Wukong. He is low. Oh, and he hits him with the meatball. Not the proper term, but that's what we call it here.
Close enough. Everybody knows it's the meatball. big fight over that Chester, and Guan Yu is going to not secure it and lose his life for it. I gotta respect it, you know. I love taking away those little Roman camps, but not going to quite pay out.
So
Noxus
what we
bringing
had
the
there
back.
was pretty much Mystic Sea Serpents doing a good thing, and then making a little bit of an error. So we're back at an even game again.
Yeah, well, you wanted more than a like 200 gold lead? Not happening.
Nope. Talk to me in 30 minutes.
Maybe. It'll be a 2K, then a 5K, then the game's over.
Yeah, it'll be 3K, then back to even, then one fight, 5K. That's how we go here.
That is fair.
It's
That is
crazy.
fair. Do you see Osiris pick up this recently buffed Frostbound Hammer here? Does do some pretty good work, you know, allows him to not only have the two big slows in his kit, but you know, add another one in there. No problem. What's he gonna get? Horrific as a second relic? Just double, triple down on the
He just
slows.
might. You never know.
Osiris
Osiris Swag, he's on one right now. He's getting
dealing
the
with
tether.
the problems of, oh, there's an Osiris and he's going to run at me. Consuming power unfortunately doesn't last long enough to save him from the summon 6. However, little difference of target priority there. Knocks us off the mark with the execute. Still looking tough. Great Dragonflight allows Jaeger to live just a little bit longer. Thanatos still looking for more. Will he pick up the kill? No, Stretch Milk taking it from him instead. Not going to get those extra cooldowns. However, Squiddy's in a big predicament. Stretch Milk double kill. Says Thanatos, you cannot reset your cooldowns. I will not allow it.
Stretch, huge right there. He gets the shutdown on the Osiris. Also gets the follow-up kill. And they're going to get the Bull Demon. Maybe. I mean, Guan's here. Vulcan is kind of running at it. But another just kind of scramble team fight. I think that was a pluck out of danger. So
not the
thank these
surrender
for your
vote
life.
because we dropped the fight. Not the surrender vote because we dropped the kill on Guan.
Thank these for
That's
your
the
life.
energy
He
I
plucked you
need.
away from everything right there.
Yeah. Unfortunately saves the enemy solo laner. Not going to be able to find that kill
Yeah,
here.
all
Just
you hear on that
teleports
is,
back in and
my
now he's in a
bad,
good
guys.
spot. Aw, man. Mubby. I thought he was dead.
The team's just kind of going back to farming here. We've got Oracles up, we've got Fire up, we've got Gold up. Nobody's really going to fight for anything, I don't think, until after this beacon.
Yeah, not going to see anything too crazy coming out. Neither of these teams really have the advantage to look for more. Maybe a Bull Demon comes out. Maybe just a big fight around this, you know, beacon spawning in about 10 seconds. Should be able to see a little bit of something coming out. That's huge. You get the scepter right before the beacon comes out. That's a lot of extra damage when you're sitting on that circle.
Definitely helps you, especially on your tank. Like a Sobek, you can just sit there and kind of deal it out. You have Osiris coming in from the top left here. Another pluck here. Gets the Charon ult out.
Summon Stick runs through good amount of damage. Does go ahead and knock down that scythe onto the Sobek, not Sobek, Charon. It's a little bit of damage there, and this is a low health Vulcan. Ooh, Death Sight barely off the mark, and it looks like this will go the way of the Mystic Sea Serpents. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to see a counter rotation from Bubble. Just going to get his free XP over there in the duo lane.
Yeah, he's just chilling out. Bo Solo stayed over there. The Hachi came over for a little bit. Bubble's going to get a little bit of XP. Nox just was looking. If he had hit one of those sights there, I feel like he would have gone up in the air. Both Charon and Vulcan would have been in execute range.
Yeah, just barely not able to find what he was looking for to commit. Be able to get himself out of there. Osiris just does so much damage. It's not fair. You're 2 levels down on this Sun Wukong. Why do you do half his health in 2 seconds? Probably because he's building Prophetic.
Yeah, the Prophetic again. Like, it's a good item. I'm not going to say it's a bad item. It's just not a great early solo item, in my opinion. You're not going to see magical people over there for like 20 minutes.
That's my thoughts on it. You know, if you have that split damage types coming for you over there, you know, magic jungle, physical solo, vice versa. I think that it's a lot more reasonable, but at the same time, it's playing a little bit more towards that late game. Going to have that big protection item as well as it's a good item. It's got a lot of prots on it. Got the cooldown. Got some health. Do have Thanatos in a bit of trouble here. Not quite going to land in that Earth Shaker. And it looks like Boldy might just go the way of the Mystic Sea Serpents. I think it does.
I don't know.
I'm not 100%.
I think it went KGB.
Definitely
If
a
we're
coin
spectating
flip.
it this way and it says your team, I feel like
It says it both ways. It doesn't matter.
Well,
it's
damn.
just
Knocks us
buggy.
up in the air though.
Yeah. Great pluck to start that off from Zeus. Gets Hershey in a tough predicament. Both relics expended as well as his life gone. And Artemis Trap. That's OP.
Oh, he was so fast running away.
Yeah, he's got the Artemis 2 to give him 2 trillion move speed and I believe immunity to slows as well. Osiris looking for this invade but loses his entire health bar here, forced to ult away. However, Thanatos is local, not going to be able to find anything. D's going to pick that one up. No Thanatos needed.
Looking at the builds, all right.
Yeah.
Artemis went a extremely early fail nut. And I kind of like it.
Yeah, Bubble isn't known for being an ADC, right? You're not known for hitting autos. Why build a bunch of auto items when I can, just get myself ready to get these ults for these team fights, Where can I get the most
hit somebody,
value?
and then everybody does it.
A little bit of a tough call there, able to get that. Nox is going to pick up Squiddy, who got a little overextended there. Looked for, a little bit of a steal attempt on there, but not going to be able to find it. Finds his way to the gray screen instead.
This next Sobek item is that the Relic Dagger tree?
Relic Dagger, yep.
Okay. I was just making sure I wasn't seeing shit.
Could also be a...
Nope, it's Relic Dagger.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I think that's the right call. I love Relic Dagger. I think it's the best item in the game.
Or supports.
Yeah. You can't put that on an ADC.
Make it clear.
No, I think in solo it's also pretty OP. Depending on which ones you have. If you go like a Blink and like Horrific, incredibly strong. Completely undervalued. If you have, persistent teleport, who cares? You're lame. You're stinky.
That's rude.
Go back to lane, solo laner.
The teleport's not to get back to lane, it's to get to the rest of the map. Alright?
How often are you seeing these solos teleport to other spots on the map?
Well, if my team was better, we would have gotten casted more and you would have seen it, alright?
No, I just gotta make the joke, because, like, obviously, you do use them, you teleport to wards to get back to fire giant fights and whatnot. But most of the time it feels like it's just, oh, look, I got poked out in lane, I go back home now, I come back.
You're not wrong.
No, it definitely has utility outside of it. Not trying to downplay it, it's just not a relic you use with Relic Dagger, It's not important
100%.
to have that extra cooldown.
We do see KGB building about a 45k gold lead right here.
That's a lot of gold.
We've got a 3-level lead in solo, 1 level lead in jungle, even in mid, 1 level in support, 1 level in ADC. So they're kind of slowly starting to run away with this thing as Beacon does spawn. And these, it's a weird pluck animation.
He hit the pluck, but it got beats.
Because they get the beacon. So we're just kind of seeing Mystic Sea Serpents kind of on the back foot right now, playing off their heel. They've got Swag 3 and 2, but he can't do it alone. He's going to need a little bit of help eventually.
Osiris jungle is one of those really hard picks, even in solo, where you can't do things alone. If you just go into 5 people, you're just going to get shredded. You're not going to be able to get your impact there. Do see Sun Wukong go ahead and secure that. Guan not having the best of times, 2 levels down. Along with kind of the majority of the team, 2-level lead in solo, jungle, support, 1.5 in mid. Definitely looking strong for the Kaldr's good boys on the XP front.
Yeah, they should be able to start making plays. Pyro is up, Fire is up. You're not going to see a fire this early. But making a play for this Pyro. They are going to gank over here on the Guan Yu, forces him to hop on the horse and giddy on up out of there. As we see, Sea Serpents kind of making a play for this Pyro, which would be big for them, but they do have Kaldr's Good Boys kind of looking at him doing it.
Yeah, do have Thanatos here on the back. Tons of damage comes out. Earthshaker not going to secure that, going to just go ahead and back off of that, and still looking good for the Kaldr's Good Boys here. Still getting a lot done. Clock is not quite in range. They're not going to be able to find it. Charon still incredibly low under here, looking for a little bit more. Noxus goes into the air looking for the execute. He will find it. Vulcan looking for something, but a good scythe gets him some health back.
Oof.
However, Kaio able to pull that one back. Tons of damage comes out from the Guan. Tier 1 tower goes down. Still a Kaldr's Good Boys victory, but not as much as you might like with your, 5-1 Thanatos getting shut down.
Yeah, 1-2 trade with the T1 tower. Just unfortunate for Mystic Sea Serpents. They were on that Pyro. They dropped at least Vulcan ult, a bunch of abilities on that, and then KGB just shows up. So they have to run away. They don't have the big damage abilities. They don't have the ults. So they're just kind of trying to play defense and just get chased down. And Noxus comes out from above. Stretch Mill comes out from above out of the Wukong ult, finishes them off. But at least they got a kill on Noxus and slow him down a little bit.
Yep, looking for a little aggression on this Osiris. Caught him, in the jungle looking for an invade, not going to be able to find it. And he's not very tanky yet. Has the Equinox, has the Frostbound, building into this Berserkers, but if this Sobek and Morgan Le Fay are chasing him down in the jungle, he's going to have a really hard time living through it.
Yeah, I feel like anybody's going to have a hard time living through that if those two are chasing you down. But we do see Hachi over here getting Meteor. We still got gold up, we still got power up, we still got fire up. The key right now is Mystic Sea Serpents need to try and power farm until this next objective fight, which they're not going to have time to because KGB's already won. So KGB.
Well, you said the next
primal.
objective fight. That's fair. This one's not an objective fight. This is just KGB getting an objective.
Don't
Very
count
different.
this. Yeah.
It's not a fight if they don't show
They
up.
want to try and power farm a little bit, at least try and level out the levels, I mean, yeah, you're down 8k gold right now. It's not looking great. But if you can at least get the levels online, you'll have a little bit of a better chance.
Yeah, definitely not feeling too bad there. Obviously, you're down, but you're not out, 7,500 gold leader, so doesn't feel good. It's not something you want to be, but at the same time, you're like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you get one really good fight, and you get a Vulcan ult that just destroys the entire team. Like that's a game changer.
Yeah, Osiris in on the back of this. Sobek a little bit too low to really want to take this fight. However, doesn't care. Going to push right on through, lurking in the waters, looking for some big damage on this Guan. Gets a nice pluck in. That's a ton of damage off this Guan Yu off of a great CC chain. Osiris still looking for more. Sobek lives for a very long time, gets a bunch out of the rest of the team. Nox is able to pick up Hershey after he Aegises through the ultimate. Still living on no health is Noxus, going to just barely survive that fight. Going to go the way of Kaldr's Good Boys, just barely, and that's just a tough break, Mystic Sea Serpents had an incredibly strong fight there, but with that lead, just not going to. He's fine. He's a boat.
Damn it again. So basically, you trade out these, right? You got your Sobek there. He's just chilling. You're like, you know what, man? We want 3 kills. Go sacrifice yourself. That's what they did.
Yep.
These
the 3
kills.
kills.
There. They're gonna get Pyro. They're gonna get the Comet, the Meteor. They're gonna get the Beacon. They're gonna get Oracles. They're getting a lot out of this. So D's going in there. He did a lot of disruption. He lived for a long time. For whatever reason, Mystic Sea Serpents decided to target the Sobek and ignore everybody else. And that just led to a 3-1 trade.
All right, so I have a couple questions for you now that my eyes are finally adjusting. So on the side of Mystic Sea Serpents, we see an Abyssal Stone, and we see 2 Med Cloaks.
All right.
Thoughts?
So here's what I'm going to tell you. The Med Cloak, not the play.
What about the second med cloak? Is that the one to play?
So
Like, you
med,
need 2 of them to get you out of
uh,
Thanatos fast enough?
so med on the support is semi-viable, but med on a solo is never great, in my opinion.
But I
Like,
love cooldown med.
there's so much better shit for solos. Like, if you want cooldown, build cooldown in a solo.
Incredible pluck comes out. Hachi doing his best to survive. Bubble going to pick that one up, though. Just really good initiation. You know, Noxus lands the execute, that hovering death, and then boom, there's a pluck to follow up, keep him stunned. Just incredible play there on that little gank.
Yeah, that was great play by D's and just great follow up. But I mean, the Abyssal, I would probably change that. What's
Oh,
the
is
gray
this a
one?
fire giant call?
It's a rune, arch rune or something like that.
Archer?
Yeah, that one. I like that one better on the Guan.
That's fair. Do see Sun Wukong doing his best to zone out for this fire giant. However, they are just going to surge right past him. He might deal with the Vulcan. Ult lands on the fire giant, but it is not low enough. Guan Yu forced out. However, they're still on the fire giant, still looking for more. This is going to be a coin flip. Kaldr's good boys win it. However, ult comes up, comes down. Nox is going to be able to pick up Hershey, and this is not looking good. Kaio falls to the gray screen. Squiddy is there as well to join and keep him company. And 17 to 5, 12k gold lead. This is spiraling out of control. What does Mystic Sea Serpents need to do to get themselves back in this game?
So they almost did what they needed to do right there. They had the Guan come in. The Guan chased off the entirety of Kaldr's good boys off of fire. And Mystic Sea Serpents was there. I feel like if they just all focused it, they might have been able to steal it away. But they just got unlucky on the 50-50 right there and lost it. So, I mean, right now, you've got a Hachi and you've got an Osiris. You're defending right now. There are T2s up. So KGB's going to go back. Maybe definitely get Oni.
Knockdown.
Then look at those 2 T2s. But you just need to play a little bit better off of this Guan Yu initiation and even the Charon ult. Just pair that a little bit better with the Vulcan ult, with the Osiris going in. Protect the President with your Hachi. Let him do some shredding. And just kind of singular target. You're not a group target team. You single out somebody, say this is our target. Everybody throw your shit on them. Right now, Nox is 8-2. Yeah, he's 8-2-7, but most of those are coming from the air. It's the rest of the team that's putting him in that position to get that KD.
Yeah, definitely able to get in, even when, you know, we see Hershey landing those well-timed Aegises to make sure he doesn't die to that hovering death. It doesn't matter. As soon as it wears off, there's just a death sight. There's a Hydra's auto in your face. Sun Wukong continuously just fighting 3 or 4 people at a time and just not losing health for it.
It's just like game 1. The same thing he did game 1. Just he's on top of the player damage charts by 9,000 damage right now.
Large margin.
It's the same thing he did game 1. He was head and shoulders above the next person in player damage. He's just consistently going 2 and 3v1, disrupting everybody, getting them out of the fight, making them focus him, and then just Buffalo or going in the sky and getting out of there.
Yeah, definitely doing a lot. Juicy Guan looking for a little bit of something on Thanatos, but without any follow-up just yet, not going to be able to find it. Meanwhile, you know, we see the rest of the team opting to just go ahead. Oh yeah, no, that's cool. You guys are fighting that hard in duo to kill these two. We're just going to go ahead and push the right side and, you know, just play the map really well.
A great distraction by Wukong and Thanatos. That's kind of an angry ult by Guan. I mean, yeah, you went in, you're like, oh man, we gotta do something. You know Noxus is gonna have his ult up. Like, you know that 100%. And it's gonna be up this next time that he gets up here to the Phoenix again.
Unfortunately, Tusky chain there. Hershey falls to the gray screen even after expending both relics. Kaldr's good boys rushing towards this base. Titan already half health. We could be looking at our finalists. Damage still coming out. However, they're getting pushed off. They're back off of it. Morgan Le Fay incredibly low. Great Dragonflight saves him for a little bit. Still surging forward, looking to find a little bit of revenge here. However, this Artemis is putting out damage. Dees picks up that kill. Charon incredibly low, going to fall to the execute. 2 left. Titan isn't healthy. And Calder's Good Boys have all 5 members here, tightened down to a quarter, down to a tenth.
That's it.
And Calder's Good Boys have decided that they are in the finals with Death Dealers.
So I don't know if everybody noticed, but during that siege right there, Deez was balls to the wall, past the Phoenix, past his teammates, disrupting, doing plucks, peeling for his Morgan Le Fay that almost got killed there. Deez just he was on point for that last team fight right there. I'm not saying he was shit the whole game, but that last team fight, he played out of his mind to just keep everybody alive and just serve his guys up dinner.
Yeah, no, definitely did a great job setting up for the team, peeling for them when they needed it. Just put on a clinic for sure. Able to, take that one in three. Definitely wasn't the performance we expect out of the Calder's Good Boy. Did have, a couple of subs. Do see O Jaeger there doing a great job in the mid lane for him, even if he's, not necessarily their starter. Usually have Bathwater for sale there, but able to make it through nonetheless. And I'm excited to see how it goes next week with them versus Death Dealers because those were two incredible sets to watch.
Yeah, and not a terrible season for Mystic Sea Serpents. They made it fun. They made it this far. Um, you can decide between them and Bodega who's third place, but either way, not a terrible showing for them. And I mean, they play this super competitively. The first two games are super close. This one kind of got away a little bit towards the mid to late game there, but still fought their hearts out and did good by the org.
Yeah, definitely did a great job there. Did everything they could, just weren't able to make it. Got a little too used to bubble in the jungle, and all of a sudden it's Noxus doing some dirty things on that Thanatos. But you know, definitely good job on them. Made it all the way to semifinals, and they deserve to be there with how well they were playing during the season. Just not able to bring it to the finals. And that's going to be it for now. We'll be having another set in about 30 minutes, right at that 8 p.m. Eastern. Should be a nice one. Unfortunately, I won't be there. Neither will Salty. We finally get unchained from our
I'm not there
desks.
either.
That is true. That is true. So hopefully you guys stick around, and in 30 minutes we will have the last semifinals for Walkers, which will be Cyberpunk Otters versus Killer Kappas.